Hey, most times, man, I test the people around me, you know, because I want to see who's really with me, who's really not, man. I want to figure that out right now. I want to figure it out as soon as possible, man. I'm not trying to wait 3-4 years. I invested all this time in you, and I think you a real one, and the whole time you're not. You know, I'd rather just figure it out right now, whether it hurts me, whether I don't want to even know, you know. You got to just find out, man. And that's how you'll find, the real ones. That's how you'll know about the real ones in your circle, man, because you got to test them, you know, like, and I'm not talking about trying to beat them up or some crazy shit, man. I'm talking about, like, it could be like something like, they're in need of some money. All right, I'm going to give you some money, man, and let's see how you act after I give you this money. If you a true friend, like, if I'm, I'm a true friend, so if I ask my friend for money, let's say I ask him, hey, $100, bro, I'm going to pay you back, man, I promise, and this and that. I'm going to pay you back, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to act like I'm not, gonna pay you back, or I'm gonna start ducking and dodging you. Like, bro, if you're gonna duck and dodge me over some money, bro, this ain't what I want. Like, this ain't a friendship I'm trying to have, bro. Like, well, so you gonna duck me for $100? Like, I'll make that in 2 hours, bro. You know what I'm saying? People make that in minutes. It's like, so is that what our friendship comes to? If money's involved, or certain scenarios involved, it could be a girl. I don't have friends being weird over girls we don't even know. We just met some girls, and now they want to act like they're better than us, but they never better than me, but they never acted like that when we're like, hanging out. So it's like, come on, man, you can't be, I'm glad, you showing me your true colors early, because I don't got time to waste in my life. So whenever somebody shows me their true colors early, I'm grateful for that. I'm upset, obviously, because any time is, valuable time. But I'm more happy that I haven't invested all this time into you, so where I'm like, oh, man, I know this person for 10 years, 20 years, and they did this and that. Like, that happens because you don't never test the people around you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it might be a simple test. I'll call one of my friends. Hey, man, my car's broke down. Can I get a ride, bro? Yeah, man, I'm over there. I'm going to go get you. Bet. You know what I'm saying? And then when they call, I'm on the same type of time, because it's only right. Like, that's what friends are for. It's not, I'm not looking at things as transactional, or like, oh, you got to do this and that for me. But if we're friends, and like, I truly care about you, and you mean something to me, then, like, why wouldn't I look out for you? It would be like retarded for me not to look out for you if you in need, you know what I'm saying? And I would need, and I would want that the same back. That's why we're a team. That's why we're friends, like, and people don't understand this, man, that friendship is very valuable and stuff, but, you got to know who to pick to hang with. Like, if it goes with relationships too. If you're looking for a relationship, you're looking for a certain person, you got to test that person. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like that person a lot, you might be like, damn, this girl, she's cool as hell, and this and that. And then you got to test her. Like, she could be cool, fine, and this and that, got all the money in the world, bro. But if she's like not gonna hold it down for you, or if she's gonna do you wrong the first second she gets a chance, then, bro, it doesn't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean nothing. I'm not going off, oh, just because she's fine as hell, I love her already. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? There's a million women out here, and if you're a female, there's a million dudes out here, So it's like, don't be settling. Don't be settling for no bullshit. Test the people that are around you. Make sure they're solid, and it'll make it easier for you in life, man, because I've had friends where I know them for a little while, and they do some messed up shit, and I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I just can't hang out with you, man, because I wouldn't have done that to you, and you doing it to me, and the way you're going about it is crazy. So it's fine with me. I've never had trouble with, like, losing friends. To me, it's just like, all right, you ain't in my life, that's fine. That's perfectly fine, because I'm going to go and find the true friends that are meant for me. And I've done that, you know what I'm saying? One friend comes, and the next one, one friend goes, and the next one, comes. So it's like, I'm not worried about it. You're just making it easier, the process easier. You're getting out of my life faster, so I can now bring in the real blessing, And that's how I live my life, man. if you ain't meant to be in my life, then you ain't meant to be in my life. And certain situations and certain ways that you act or what you do will determine that, you know? Because I'm gonna keep it solid. And hey, if I were to do some messed up stuff, I wouldn't expect you to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just keep being friends with Kev. Like, nah, cut me off too, man. Shit, I'm not, this ain't no one-sided thing, you know? But it's just like, I know me. I'm not doing no, I know me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if you know me and you know my friends are gonna tell you, nah, Kev ain't going for that. And I'm gonna tell you the same thing about my friends, because we've been through certain scenarios, we've been through certain situations where we know how each other are gonna act, you know? And then we bring in new people, and new people don't live by the same rules. They don't, you know, cherish friendships the same way. And things happen, and then you're like, yeah, bro, we can't hang out with dude no more. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? It sucks. You know, I wouldn't like to. I don't like to do it. Like, I'm not like, oh, I can't wait, like, let him do something and I'm gonna cut him. Like, I'm not thinking like that. But if it happens, I gotta protect my peace by any means, because if, you know, this is how I go, you know, this is like what I live by. You do me wrong for, you know, $1, what will happen for 100? What will happen for 1,000? You know, and to me, that's not real. That's not a lot of money to me. So if you value the dollar so much that you'll do me dirty, imagine $1,000. You liable to come kill me, you know, like thinking crazy, but you got to think like that. And that's how people are, man. That's, people don't give a fuck. People don't care, man. They'll do you dirty and this and that. And it's like, listen, man, I protect my peace at all costs. At all costs, I will protect my peace, no matter what. You know, whether it's family members, whether it's friends, whether it's girlfriends, whatever it is, I'm going to protect my peace, you know. And like I said, the best way is to test them first, you know, put a little bit of test on them. And that'll be it, man. You know, simple little tests, man. The best ones is like asking for money or asking for a ride, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had friends where they like, yo, bro, I got kicked out the house and this and that. And I'm like, yo, come to my house, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And also, you got to be careful with who you do this with. You know, not everybody you can help out, unfortunately, but, you know, you got to test your friends somehow, some way, man. I like to do it with money, because people cherish money so much that they're willing to break off a friendship with you. You know, like, I done have friends that'll do something and it's like, bro, all you had to do was call me and say, you know, what was going on, and you don't want to do that. So it's like, how do you expect me to act? You know, so, you know, I take that very serious, man. And I've lost a lot of friends, but I've also protected myself from a lot of bullshit by doing this, you know, because I've noticed that people will let a lot of things slide with their friends and slide and slide and slide. And I'll be like, you shouldn't have let that slide, you know? And then later on, they're like, damn, like, you were right, Kev. That person was not my friend the whole time. And I'm just like, you know, I know, because that's how I live my life now. Like, I'm not giving you 5 strikes, bro. I'm not giving you 5 strikes. There should be no strikes. For what? You know, why is there strikes? Why should I, you know what I'm saying? Why should you strike out? So that's just my take on it. You know, I feel like that's what you got to do, man. You got to test people, you know, just if you want to know if they're really for you, you know, if they're really on your side, give them a little test, man. And if they're not for you, go, you know, cut them off and keep it pushing, man. Keep it pushing, you know. And then you'll be able to tell who's really real and who's really not. You know, some people just like to use other people. Some people just like you because you got certain stuff or because you're a certain person. Nah, man. You know, I know how to deal with people, man. I know if, you know, you mess with me because a certain way, okay, I'm going to keep you on that. I'm going to keep you on that side. You know what I'm saying? You're going to stay right there. You ain't going to come close to me and try to figure out my whole life. Like, it's just better that way, man. In today's world, you never know people's true intentions. So it's always good to try to test them out and see what their mind's thinking like, you know what I'm saying? And this ain't no foolproof plan that's going to make sure that your friend's going to be, you know, solid as hell, but it's going to help. It's definitely going to help better than you just being like, oh, well, maybe he'll do this. Maybe she'll do that. Maybe this and that. Man, pay attention to how they move and how they act towards you. It says a lot. It says a lot. With a couple scenarios, you could tell. You know what I'm saying? With one important situation, you could tell whether that person is a good friend or not. You know what I'm saying? Or whether that's a good girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, family member, whether they're a good fit for your life or not. It only takes one situation. So stay blessed up, y'all.